Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Babagbagede Imo TV. I am Morire Rebila Lawal. First are the major headlines for the national news. FG plans to reduce debts through foreign direct investments. Okoa, Udom, Diri, Obaseki under fire over FG reforms. Nigerian government seeks to recover weapons stockpiled by politicians ahead of 2023 elections. Police repel suspected ESN attack on Imo Inec office. Moving on to the next headline. Gunmen storm Ogun communities, shoot 3 persons. Finally, on sports, 2022 World Cup in Qatar, blame Ghana players for their ouster, Gùnm says. Now the news in detail. The federal government says it is working hard to ramp up the number of foreign investors in the various sectors of the nation's economy and also reduce its reliance on debts. Speaking on State House correspondent today after meeting with President Muhammadu Buhari privately in his office, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, Saratu Umar, explained that government is looking to improve its investment master plan to develop the economy. She further underpinned that the Commission is committed to advancing foreign direct investment as well as facilitating import substitution. Meanwhile, the presidency has announced that 9 oil-producing states have received 13% derivation totaling 625.43 billion naira subsidy and Sure P refunds from the Federation account in the last 2 years. According to a statement issued today by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Mr. Garba, the state listed to have received the refunds dating from 1999 to 2021 include Abia, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Imo, Ondo, and Rivers. Abia State received 1.1 billion naira, Akwa Ibom 15 billion naira, Bayelsa 11.6 billion, Cross River 432 million, Delta State 14.8 billion, Edo State 2.2 billion naira, Imo State 2.9 billion naira, Ondo State 3.7 billion naira, and River State 12.8 billion naira. The states were paid in 8 installments between October 2nd, 2021 and January 11th, 2022. While the 9th to 12th installments are still outstanding. Moving on to the next story. Stakeholders in the oil-producing states are turning on more heat on their governors over the handling of the 625.4 billion naira, with the presidency confirmed yesterday as having been released to them between October 2nd, 2021 and January 11, 2022. The 9 oil-producing states of Abia, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Imo, Ondo, and Rivers are expected to share an outstanding balance of 860.59 billion naira in further refunds, according to Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Malam Garba Shehu. The highest refund already disbursed went to Akwa Ibom, which got 128 billion naira, Delta 110 billion naira, Rivers 103 billion naira, and Bayelsa 92.2 billion naira. River State Nyesom Wike recently thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for releasing the money to the oil-producing state, which, as said, was what he has been using to execute landmark projects in his state. He wondered what his colleagues in other states were doing with their own funds. But moments after the presidency threw more light on the development yesterday, but Accord-based Integrity Friends for Fruit and Peace Initiative, IFTPI, slammed most of the oil-producing states' governors for improvising their people, and despite the huge sums of money released to them by the federal government. It said their actions smacked of wickedness. Uyo, Akwa Ibom State-based policy alert, said the state government was not telling the people the whole truth about the money. Speaking on the situation, the executive director of IFTPI, Livingstone Welchi, said it was obvious that most of the governors had not been coming clean with the people on the finances of their states. He said the recent Pandora box of the 13% derivation payment by the federal government to the all-producing state leaves so much to be desired. It is important to state that these governors are being very unfair and wicked to their states, particularly during this period of economic crisis. Moving on to the next story. The Nigerian government, through the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, NCCSALW, has said it has intensified the mopping up of illicit small arms and light weapons nationwide ahead of the 2023 general elections. This is just as the center hinted that it has recovered and destroyed over 3,000 illegal arms across the country. The Southwest coordinator of the NCCSALW, Ben Shola Akinlade, disclosed this in Abeokuta on Friday, saying the arms were recovered from terrorists, bandits and armed robbers through the help of security agencies. He said the commission was established by President Muhammadu Buhari in 2021 to tackle the proliferation of illegal arms by mopping up illicit small arms and light weapons in the country. He said the center, in collaboration with security agencies, would be monitoring the activities of politicians before, during and after the general elections. Akinlade, who blamed the influx of small arms on the country's porous borders, explained that the center was destroying recovered illegal arms to prevent them from getting into the wrong hands. He called on Nigerians to be vigilant in the wake of political campaigns and rallies, saying the use of various forms of small arms and light weapons will be rampant. We all know what happened in past elections. Some bad eggs in politics would continue to use talks for campaigns and do a lot of illegal things. The center will monitor their activities before, during and after the elections. This is not something the center can do alone. We count on critical stakeholders to help, he said. Moving on to the next story in Imo State. The Imo State Police Command Tactical Team on Friday foiled an attempt by gunmen suspected to be members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to set ablaze the Independent National Electoral Commission office in Olu, local government area of the state. Police Public Relations Officer Michael Abatam disclosed this in a statement made available to newsmen. He stated that the suspected ESN members shot periodically, fighting their way into the office before using countered by police operatives who positioned themselves strategically and professionally. The police spokesman said the incident happened on Friday at about 4:30 p.m. The statement further said the police engaged the hoodlums who came in the numbers to the Inec office in a gun duel, and in the process they were suppressed, having suffered a huge defeat, with a number of them sustaining various degrees of bullet wounds. Police said the hoodlums retreated into their vehicles and zoomed off, but were given a hot chase by the operatives. Moving on to the next story from Ogun State, southwestern state in Nigeria. Some gunmen stormed Abuleoko, Agbado, Olaogun and Ijoko communities in Ifo, local government area of Ogun State on Friday, and shot 3 persons. Information learned that the incident occurred at about 8:30 a.m. when the gunmen stormed the affected communities. Confirming the attack, the commander of the Sose Corps in Ogun State, Soji Gonzalo, said that 3 persons shot by the hoodlums are now on treatment and at an undisclosed hospital. According to Gonzalo, the deadly attack had triggered investigation, leading to the arrest of the gang members by the Super Operation Team of Agbadun Ibaragun Area Command. Gonzalo revealed that 3 of the hoodlums were arrested, namely Kende Smith, aka 72, Tunde Alabi, and the ringleader, 32-year-old Abiodun Odewale, aka Confidence, saying others escaped. Gonzalo stressed that the deadly team had been on the wanted list of the agency years ago for allegedly terrorizing and robbing residents of the said communities. In a statement signed by the Sose Corps spokesman, Maruf Yusuf, the Corps commander said that the suspects were nabbed with 1 local pistol, assuring that peace has been restored to the concerned communities. Going on to the last story coming from sports. Ghana legend Asamoah Gyan has blamed the Black Stars players for paying attention on Uruguay's Luis Suarez instead of focusing on battling for qualification to the round of 16 of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. Ghana, who would have qualified with just a point, lost 2-0 to Uruguay on Friday to end their World Cup dream. In the build-up to the match, Ghana demanded an apology from Uruguayan legend Luis Suarez for stopping a goal-bound Asamoah Gyan shot in the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. However, Gyan, in a chat with SuperSport, said that the players lost focus when it mattered most in the game. You can't lose a game like that. When we lost against Portugal, everyone was happy back home because of the way we played, Gyan said on SuperSport. That ends the national news from BGI TV this hour. Before we go, some major headlines. FG plans to reduce debt through foreign direct investments. Okoa, Udom, Diri, Obasaki under fire over FG reforms. Nigeria government seeks to recover weapons stockpiled by politicians ahead of 2023 general elections. And on sport on a sad note for two African countries, both Ghana and Cameroon. 2022 World Cup, blame Ghana players for their ouster, Gyan claims. For more updates on YouTube, our handle is Babadagede Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access our broadcast. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. On Instagram, Bagede Imo _22 for advert placement, recruiting services, coverage of events and functions. Please dial the phone number streaming on your screen for advert placement only. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. Good afternoon.